Hello, Smoketown 4th graders and family members. This is week 3 of our online virtual learning classrooms. Welcome back to the home page. If you scroll down to the bottom, the first thing I want to point out are the Zoom meetings scheduled for this week. Notice that each 4th grade teacher will be having a Zoom meeting on Tuesday and Thursday. To get to the meeting, just click on the link and you'll notice Mrs. Smith has set hers up. The link's ready to go. When you open it, it won't open until Mrs. Smith actually starts the meeting, which will be the 14th at 1 o'clock. When those meetings actually start, you'll be able to join the rest of your class in a Zoom meeting. As far as the rest of the resources, click on the resource link. When you get there, each individual link has different buttons for week 3. Make sure that you are careful. Click the one that says week 3. Otherwise, you'll see old material. For Read Aloud this week, we've switched it slightly. Mr. Panza decided he wanted to read a chapter book. He'll be reading you Who Was Mr. Rogers? And each day he'll read at least one chapter from the book. So if you want to keep up with the book, make sure you're following the Read Aloud every single day. In week 3 of writing, we'll continue the same. Here are your writing prompts for this week, all the way through Friday. For math, we switched it up slightly. In week 3, instead of having 5 questions per day, we start with a video on Tuesday. Then you'll notice you can download a file. Wherever you see one of these PDF links, you just need to click on it. The file will download right there for you, and you can either print it off or write down the problems and type them into a Google Doc to share with your teacher. Notice also at the very bottom of the page, we're starting to use a new tech tool. It's called Edpuzzle, and you'll learn about it in STEM this week and be able to take Edpuzzle assignments throughout the course of week number 3 and through the course of our online learning time. In reading this week, we're going to get to a story that the students have not heard of yet this year in school. It's a brand new story for them. It's called The Eye of the Storm. We'll go over vocabulary, they'll listen to the story, and then we give the students a racer prompt. To remind the students what racer is, we have the explanations here, a song for each piece of the racer responses, until on Friday when they finally write their own race response. Spelling are the words that go with Eye of the Storm. So you'll watch that top video to learn those new words and complete the activities for the 4 days of this school week. In our STEM, as I mentioned, we will be doing a new STEM activity this week, but we'll also be doubling back on our mystery science. That will be on Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, you'll be introduced to a tech tool called Edpuzzle, and finally Friday, you will take an Edpuzzle assignment by using an Edpuzzle video. In science this week, you'll be learning about magnets. There's an anticipatory set of questions here. Then each day you'll listen to Mr. Panza read aloud pieces from a chapter book. And at the bottom of each day, you can click on a Google form, which was last week's tech tool that you learned, and have the opportunity to answer questions about magnets. Each day has a Google form that you can attempt. 5 questions, and it shouldn't take you too long. History this week, week 3, is not every single day. I wanted to point out that on history, you'll only be looking into the colonies on Tuesday and on Thursday. Notice that on Wednesday, as well as on Friday, it says visit the grammar page today instead of history. On the grammar pages, on those days of the week, you'll be learning about verbs. So on Wednesday, to watch a video, you would click this link here that says Action Verbs. It takes you to a Khan Academy video. And then there's that download file again so that you can open it up, type up these sentences, and place them into a Google Doc as you learn about action verbs. You do the same thing on Friday for linking verbs. The special area classes are still there. When you click on them, however, you'll notice that there are additional links. For example, if you click on Mr. Gregg's link, he has more than one activity through the course of the weeks. Or in the case of physical education, Mrs. Greiner has a third week right here. We wanted to point that stuff out. As a final note, Smoketown 4th grade students and families, we just wanted to remind you that this week is our spring break, so you are not to be completing anything on Monday. So we hope that you're checking out the site on Tuesday and having fun learning.